The headlines. Tribunal hears 5 petitions against September 19 governorship poll in Edo State. Federal government reduces price of petrol to 162 naira 44 kobo per litre. And Apostle Eunice Osagede is dead. On entertainment, Peruzzi features Fireboy on Southie Love.
And in sports, Victor Osimhen returns to Napoli training.
Details of these and more after this break. I am Omoye Ugbede. Of petitions against Edo State governorship election commenced at the State High Court in Benin City on Monday. This is coming 10 weeks after the conduct of the polls. During Monday's sitting, 5 petitions filed challenging the victory of Governor Godwin Obaseki in the September 19 governorship election were listed. They are Action Democratic Party and its governorship candidate Emmanuel Iboy, the Action Democratic Party, ADP, and Emmanuel Iboy versus INEC, PDP, Godwin Obaseki, APC, Osage Izeyamo. Others include the Allied People's Movement versus INEC, PDP, Godwin Obaseki and Philip Shaibu. Ago Ebun Tracy versus INEC, PDP and Godwin Obaseki. Action People's Party versus Godwin Obaseki, PDP and INEC, and the Action Alliance and another versus Godwin Obaseki, PDP and INEC. After the announcement of appearances, the Council for the First Respondent, INEC Adeboyega Awomolo SAN, informed the tribunal that they had filed a total of 3 processes. They include motion and notice dated 13th November 2020 and filed on the 20th of November, First Respondent reply on point of law and reply to counter affidavit of 4th Respondent APC. The Council to the Second Respondent and PDP Adetunji Oyeyikpo SAN told the tribunal that they filed an application dated 11th November 2020 and subsequently filed 2 fresh applications on Monday. The fresh applications seek the striking out of the names of the 4th and 5th respondents as respondents to the petition, while the second application seeks an order striking out paragraphs 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 of the petition. The chairman of the tribunal, Abdurazak Abdukarim, struck out the second respondent's application, which he applied to withdraw. A woman identified as Patience, widow to late Samuel Imakpo, on Monday appeared before the Edo State Judicial Panel of Inquiry for Victims of SARS and related abuses to demand 50 million naira as compensation for the death of her husband, who was allegedly murdered by men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad alongside 3 of his laborers in 2013. Patience Imakpo told the panel that her late husband, who once had an argument with the disbanded SARS few days before his death, was on his way to his farm in Ute village along with 3 laborers when the police shot and killed him. Patience further alleged that after killing them, their bodies were hurriedly taken away for burial. She said the family, however, mounted pressure on the police to exhume the body of her husband for an autopsy, and that's the result from the autopsy revealed that he died from bullet wounds. Similarly, Rosemary Amadi, although also through her counsel, approached the panels asking for 25 million naira as compensation over the death of her husband, Amadi Odemige. Rosemary told the panel that her husband, a truck driver, was chased to his death by Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS of the Edo State Police Command at Olugbo in 2019. She said in order to avoid being shot by the police, he decided to jump into the Olugbo River, and when he requested for help, the police allegedly threatened to kill anyone who has volunteered to help him. Chairman of the panel, retired Justice Ada Ehigiamuso, however, adjourned in order for the police to also state their own side of the story. And the federal government has reduced the pump price of premium motor spirits, otherwise known as petrol, from 168 naira per litre to 162 naira per litre effective from 14th of December 2020. Minister of Labour and Employment Chris Ngige told reporters at the end of a meeting with Labour leaders which began at 9 p.m. on Monday and ended at 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday. The product presently sells at 168 following the decision of the Petroleum Products Marketing Company, a subsidiary of the federal government-owned Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, to increase the ex-depot price of petrol from 147 naira 67 kobo per litre to 155 naira 17 kobo per litre in November. The ex-depot price is the price at which the product is sold by the PPMC to marketers at the depots. The minister said a technical committee has been set up by the larger house to ensure price stability in the industry. Ngige stated that the committee, which will report back to the larger house on the 25th of January next year, will be appraising the market forces and every other thing that will make for stability in the industry. And President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Bello Hassan as the new managing director of Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation. He also appointed Mustafa Ibrahim as executive director of the corporation. This is just as the president reappointed Ahmed Kuru as managing director and Iberechukwu Uneze and Aminu Ismail as executive directors of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, for a final term of 5 years. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed these in a statement on Monday. Shehu said the nominations had been forwarded to the Senate for confirmation. The two nominees are to succeed Umaru Ibrahim and Prince Agatishe Erediawa, whose second terms end December 8, 2020, as managing director and executive director operations, respectively. Meanwhile, Honorable Omolola Abiola Edewo is to continue as Executive Director Corporate Services in the NDIC until her second and final term ends on January 24, 2022. And the federal government has announced the commencement of commercial operations on the Lagos-Ibadan rail line. The presidency, in a tweet on Monday, said the commercial operations commenced this Monday and formal commissioning will be held in the first quarter of 2021. Also, the special assistant to the president on digital and new media, Tolu Ogulesi, via his official Twitter handle, said the rail line has commenced operation with only one trip returned for now. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, last week, while speaking in Abuja at the inauguration of elected members of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, disclosed that President Muhammadu Buhari will commission the newly constructed Lagos-Ibadan rail line by January 2021. And President Muhammadu Buhari will on Thursday address a joint session of the National Assembly. This is according to the president's personal assistant on social media, Loretta Onoche. Onoche disclosed this on Monday via official Twitter handle. This is coming a few days after the House of Representatives said Buhari would appear before the House. A spokesperson for the Green Chamber, Ben Kalu, had disclosed this while briefing journalists at the National Assembly. And coming up in a moment, INEC pledges support for families of drowned policemen in Bayelsa by-elections. This and more when we come back.
Football. Let us join the soccer thrill as the Edo Queens Football Club of Benin trade tackles with the Royal Queens FC of Delta State in the Nigeria Women Football League. This is the very first match to kickstart the Women League for the 2020-2021 season. It is going to be an exciting encounter. Date, Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. Venue, the rejuvenated Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City. Time, 4 p.m. Let us turn out to cheer our energetic Edo Queens while strictly observing the COVID-19 protocol. The gates will be thrown open to football fans. For further information and purchase of jerseys, contact Sabina Amiaminohena Chikere on 080-350-62356 or Kate Dirisu on 080-744-13731.
welcome back. Still in the news, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it will support the families of 6 policemen who drowned while on election duty to Southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State. The INEC National Supervising Commissioner in charge of Bayelsa, Rivers and Edo States, May Agbamuche, made the disclosure at the state's INEC headquarters, Yanogwa, during the declaration of results for the senatorial by-election. Recall that 6 policemen were reported missing after a speedboat that was conveying them to their place of election assignment capsized last Friday along the Southern Ijaw River. Their bodies were later discovered by a combined team of officers from the Marine Department of the Command and local divers and had been deposited in one of the morgues in the state. 190,000 applicants are jostling for 9,460 job slots at the Nigerian Immigration Service and Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The candidates sat for the examination on Monday in 126 centers nationwide, including the Federal Capital Territory. The examination, which was computer-based, was conducted by the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board. Speaking with reporters after monitoring the exercise, Secretary of the Civil Defense Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board, Yakmut Saleh, expressed delight over the seamless conduct of the recruitment exam by JAM. He said the computer-based test was conducted by JAM and was adopted to ensure transparency and avoid rancor and confusion that trailed a similar exercise in 2014. He said results from the JAM recruitment exam would be released immediately after the exercise. And the General Overseer of the Spirit and Life Bible Church, Apostle Eunice Osagede, is dead. She reportedly died on Monday after a brief illness. Meanwhile, Edo State Governor Gordon Obaseki has described the death of the cleric as shocking. In a statement on Monday night, Governor Obaseki said he's extremely pained by the death of Osagede, whom he described as a true Jesus woman who was one of the shining lights of Edo and a great achiever. The governor noted that she left great legacies in the vineyard of God and will continue to serve as an example to many striving to know God intimately. And coming up in a moment in entertainment news, Peruzzi features Fireboy on Southie Love. This and more on entertainment news.
Football. Let us join the soccer thrill as the Edo Queens Football Club of Benin trade tackles with the Royal Queens FC of Delta State in the Nigeria Women Football League. This is the very first match to kickstart the Women League for the 2020-2021 season. It is going to be an exciting encounter. Date, Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. Venue, the rejuvenated Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City. Time, 4 p.m. Let us turn out to cheer our energetic Edo Queens while strictly observing the COVID-19 protocol. The gates will be thrown open to football fans. For further information and purchase of jerseys, contact Sabina Amiaminoghena Chikere on 080-350-62356 or Kate Dirisu on 080-744-13731.
Your sounds news break on KU 92.7 FM Benin City. In some entertainment stories, Nigerian singer Tobechukwu Victor Oko, popularly known as Peruzzi, joins forces with Fireboy DML on his latest single dubbed Southie Love. The song was produced by Raven Beatsmith P Prime, and it serves as a follow-up to his previously released and lush-produced It's All Over. Peruzzi began recording music at the age of 7. He signed a record deal with 30BG, a subsidiary of Davido Music Worldwide. And Nobel laureate Bob Dylan has sold his entire catalog of songs to Universal Music Publishing Group. Variety described the deal worth over $100 million as a blockbuster agreement encompassing more than 600 copyrights spanning 60 years. And that's it from entertainment. In sports, Victor Osimhen returns to Napoli training. This and more on Sports News.
Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has returned to training 3 weeks after he dislocated his shoulder while on international duty with Nigeria Super Eagles in November. The Italian athlete confirmed in an official statement that the youngster, who has missed 5 games so far, worked in the gym and on the pitch. Osimhen has scored twice in 7 games for Napoli since he arrived from Lille in the summer. Still talking football, former Manchester City and Liverpool striker Mario Balotelli has joined Serie B side Monza until the end of the season. The 30-year-old Italy international had been without a club since leaving Brescia in the summer. Balotelli, who has played for Inter, AC, Milan, Nice and Marseille during his career, will link up with former Tottenham and Portsmouth midfielder Kevin Prince Boateng at the Stadio Brantio. Monza are currently ninth in Serie B, the second tier of domestic football in Italy. He is the active Italian player who has the most goals with the national team, 14 in 36 appearances. Balotelli has won 3 Serie A titles, the Coppa Italia, Italian Super Cup and the UEFA Champions League. During his time in England, he also won 1 Premier League title and FA Cup with Manchester City, scoring 30 goals in 80 matches. And finally now to boxing, where World Heavyweight Boxing champion Anthony Joshua says he is adopting a gladiator mentality as he prepares to put his titles on the line. The Britain defense is IBF, WBA, WBO and IBO bets at Wembley Arena against Bulgarian Kubrat on Saturday. It is the 31-year-old's first fight since winning a rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr. on a unanimous points decision 12 months ago. In an interview with Mike Costello and Steve Burns, Joshua said he is building a tougher mentality. Pulev, who is the IBF mandatory challenger, has been waiting for a chance to face Joshua for almost 3 years after his shoulder injury forced him out of their planned world title bout in October 2017. Meanwhile, up to 1,000 fans are expected after months of boxing fights behind closed doors because of lockdown restrictions. And that's it from sports. My name is Egusa Agbeke, and back to you, Onweye.
And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Tribunal hears 5 petitions against September 19 governorship poll in Edo State. Federal government reduces price of petrol to 162 naira 44 kobo per litre. And Apostle Eunice Osagede is dead. Do you remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility? Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on RadioGarden.com. KUFM's news break was produced by Nusahai Uwadiai. I am Omoyo Ogbaide saying thanks for listening. Good morning.